they are. After their last challenge, Melissa and Talia decided to take a break and meet with one of the most famous fairy tale characters, Baby Bear. Let's see what happens next as we continue their adventure in Magic Land.
Oh wow, it's been so nice talking to you, Baby Bear.
Ah, yes, it has. But, oh well, I have to get going soon. Oh, yeah, I guess we better get going too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, um, by the way, there's something glowing in your bag.
Oh, the map. What does it say? Give us a second. Says, a crime has been committed by a girl with golden hair. Lahandra Leviosa, get justice for the bears.
Alejandra Leviosa? What does that mean?
If I can chime in, it's a Magiclandian language. It means to solve.
To solve? What are we supposed to solve?
I have an idea. I have a court case later today with my parents concerning a break-in that happened at our house recently. We can't afford a lawyer, so our case is pretty weak, and we could use some help if you're up to it.
Well, I'm not really good with words, but I am. I could be a lawyer. I guess I could go looking for some more evidence.
That's great! Just remember, court starts at 11 Magiclandian time. That's 2 hours from now.
So there is time. I guess we can work with that.
That's great! Thanks, guys. I'll see you then. Bye!
I guess I better get digging for some evidence.
Yeah, I guess. And I've got to learn a lot about law in 2 hours, so I guess we better get going.
When you're going for a camping trip and you find a magic cabin in the woods. Magic, magic, magic. Cabin, cabin, cabin. Magic, magic cabin.
There has to be some place where I can get more evidence. The Magicland Police Department, there has to be some information there. Oh, the train leaves in 30 minutes. 1 count trespassing, 1 count breaking and entering, 6 counts vandalism, bail is set to 100 million.
Miss Fox, you've decided to represent yourself?
Yeah, I don't trust anyone other than myself.
Okay. Mr. Mon, representing the prosecution, you may begin. Thank you, Your Honor. So, Miss Locks, would you mind giving the jury an account of August 26th?
Of course. I woke up at 8 a.m. and then I went to go get my hair dyed.
Her hair's not really blonde!
Of course it isn't. No one can have such beautiful golden hair if it isn't dyed.
Order! Order! Goldilocks, please continue answering the question.
Sure, whatever. So, after I finished dyeing my hair, I was bored, so I went for a swim at the community pond. And then I was finished at like 11:15, so I walked around the woods for a bit. And then at 12 p.m., I got a call from my mom saying that she needed help with some new furniture or whatever. And so I had to help her, and it took the whole day. Then at 6 p.m., the popo came to my house and arrested me.
So, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., you were completely free, weren't you?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, the bears said that they left their residence at 11 a.m. and returned at 12 p.m. to find it vandalized. So, do you think that it's possible between 11 and 12 when the bears were outside and you were walking around the woods, that you may have stumbled across their residence?
I mean, it's possible.
So, do you think that 45 minutes is enough time for someone to, let's say, break into someone's house, eat their porridge, sit on a chair and subsequently break said chair, and then take a nap, all without the residents coming back home?
Yes.
Moving on, could you please explain why DNA from this blonde hair strand was found at the crime scene matching your DNA?
How did you even test it?
No questions! I ask the questions. You answer the questions. Please, answer the question.
Well, I've been to the bear's house several times before. That hair could have been from any time before the incident.
That's true. But this strand of hair is fresh. Forensics say that it came off the person's head within 48 hours of our team finding it. So, Miss Locks, how do you explain that?
I was at the bear's house the day before the incident.
No further questions.
Finally, someone I can talk to. What exactly is your issue? Okay, so you know the bear's case, right? Yeah, what do you need? Do you think there could be any evidence that you missed? I'm trying to build a case. No. Could you just leave and let me do my work? You might not know it, but there's a lot of crime going on in Magic Land. There's that wolf who's running around destroying stuff, eating everybody, and there's so much paperwork to do, bro. Please, anything. Maybe you know someone.
Fine. Look, I know this guy called Greg. He's on cams right now. He might, and I say might, have a little evidence for you, okay? Just get out of my face, okay?
Thank you. You don't know how much of a relief that is. Where exactly is Greg? So, Granny, may you please identify yourself to the court? Oh, sure. My name is Giant Red Riding Hood, and my daughter, she is Big Red Riding Hood, and my granddaughter is Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, but you can just call me Granny. I love being a granny. Oh, and my little granddaughter Red, she is so sweet. You can't even imagine. She was really kind. Thank you, Granny. So my first question for you is, when you went to the MPD station claiming you were a witness to a crime on Drury Lane, what exactly did you see? Well, I saw you, the defendant, exiting the bear's house very suspiciously. Oh, suspicious. That reminds me of the time when my granddaughter's best friend came into my house and almost ate me. That was fun. Enough, Granny. You saw me exiting the bear's house. So, how good would you say your eyesight really is? Well, I think it's perfect. Not like those silly doctors. What silly doctors? Those doctors at Magicland General Hospital. I went there for an eye appointment with my granddaughter Red. They told me that I needed glasses, but I don't like wearing those dready things. They're too big. So, were you wearing these prescription glasses the moment you saw me exiting the bear's house? No, I don't like them. So, without those glasses, your eyes were weak. So, is it possible that you didn't actually see the actual perpetrator clearly and instead just assumed it was me?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not very good at imagining things. There was this one time I was playing this game with my friends and they were all imagining the dragon, but I couldn't.
Thank you, Granny. No further questions.
Granny,
Yes. Yes.
Granny, you said that the doctors were silly. Could you please explain what you meant by that?
I meant they're unreliable.
And why exactly do you think they're unreliable?
Well, I went online to search about the hospital. Magical Medical. Yes, apparently they diagnose 70% of their patients with the wrong condition, or even people who don't even have a condition at all. They even give the wrong medication. It's terrible.
So you believe that you were part of the 70% of falsely diagnosed patients?
Oh yes, very much. They didn't even examine me with one of those machiny thingies they always do. He just looked at me from afar and told me I had a problem with my eyes and then gave me the glasses. I was distraught. It's kind of like that time when a bird pooped on my head. I didn't even see it coming. I was even...
Anyway, Granny, so if the doctor diagnosed you wrong, then that means that your eyesight is okay and that you correctly identified Miss Locks.
Yes, absolutely. My, what good points you have.
Thank you. No further questions.
So, you came looking for information?
Yep.
Okay, then you got it.
So, do you have any footage of the death?
I have footage from every single place in this room. Of course, I have footage of the bears. Okay, do you have footage from August 26th, around 12 p.m.? Sure, you just have to find it.
Okay, so just go down. There you go. This is all the footage. Okay, here we go.
I was at the Bear's house the day before the incident.
This could be really useful. So, Gretel, would you please identify yourself to the court?
Ja, natürlich. Ich heiße Gretel Lederhosen.
Thank you, Gretel. So, my first question to you is, do you know the defendant personally?
Nein, nicht wirklich. Aber sie ist mit meinem Bruder Hänsel zusammen. Ich denke, wir haben uns ein paar Mal unterhalten.
You've talked. Okay. So, did you talk to Miss Locks on the day of the crime?
Ja, eigentlich, ich habe es getan. Ich habe an diesem Tag gegen 12:30 Uhr mit ihr gesprochen. Ich hatte gerade ein paar Semmelbrösel für meine Wanderung gekauft.
12:30. So, that's around when she was going to her mom's house, isn't it?
Ja.
So, what did Goldilocks tell you?
Nun, sie sagte mir, sie hätte gerade etwas von dem berühmten Brei der Beeren gegessen. Ich sagte ihr, das sei cool. Aber dann sagte sie, und ich zitierte, weißt du was, egal. Sag niemandem, dass ich das gesagt habe. Dann ging sie weg.
She'd had some of the bear's porridge? And how exactly would she have gotten her hands on some of their porridge?
Oh, viele Leute mögen ihren Brei. Also fingen sie an, es in Geschäften zu verkaufen. Aber sie haben sich an diesem Tag wieder aufgefüllt, also weiß ich nicht, woher Goldlöckchen den Brei haben, von dem sie gesprochen hat.
So, the only other place she could have gotten the porridge is if she stole it from the bear's house. Ja, bestimmt. Thank you, Miss Lederhosen. No further questions.
Where on earth is Melissa?
Objection! Hey! Stop objecting! I've had enough of it today. Why are you disrupting my court?
Your Honor, I have evidence that proves beyond a reasonable doubt that Miss Locks is guilty.
Objection!
What?
I was not aware of this evidence. I need time to go over it properly. Please, Your Honor, it's solid evidence.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. Now everyone, watch.
This is recovered footage of the afternoon of the incident. There's no sound, and at first the image was too blurry to recognize the face, but forensics was able to de-scramble it and reveal that the real culprit is in fact Goldilocks.
That's not me.
Oh, shut up. Enough, okay? Enough of this nonsense. You have made a fool of my courtroom. First, too many objections, and now this disruption of the court proceedings. I shall not allow it. The jury shall disregard the evidence just presented by the prosecution.
That's not fair.
The jury will now give us their decision. I demand quiet and order in my courtroom. Are you ready?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Good. Now, on the count of trespassing in the first degree, how do you find the defendant? We find the defendant not guilty.
But we had evidence.
Quiet. And on the count of breaking and entering in the first degree, how do you find the defendant?
Not guilty, Your Honor. We can still win this. We just need Goldilocks to be guilty of at least one count.
And finally, on the count of vandalism in the first degree, how do you find the defendant?
We find the defendant not guilty.
What?
Okay. The defendant has been found not guilty on all charges. She may be released from police custody. The realm of Magicland thanks the jury for their service. Court is now officially adjourned. In other words, please get out of my courtroom.
Talia, what are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. We've never failed a challenge before. What are we going to do?